Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have yet another Chanel unboxing. I know it's like, wait, hold on, I need another one. Yes, but it is important because the pieces that I'm hunting down at the moment, maybe because like delivery is difficult, raw material sourcing is really difficult. I don't know what is happening, but it's so hard to hunt these pieces down. And I'm just so grateful that I hunted down that it warrants for every piece a separate unboxing, and we're gonna get to it. Let me first say something. I just wanna dedicate this video to Vivienne Westwood. She is my icon, my fashion icon and activist icon since many, many, many years. She has really changed my life. So I'm wearing parts of my Vivienne Westwood archives from time to time in separate videos, and I just want to raise awareness about her. This is not a sponsored video. I bought this stuff. This is all my things, stuff I spent money on, but I just want to show you the Climate Revolution t-shirt, or it's called the square shirt. So this is one of Vivienne's manifesto or activist wear and clothing that she produced during her lifetime. And I just want to say, Vivienne, I love you so much and may you rest in power. Now, we get to the unboxing, but first, subscribe to my channel here on the tubes. You can push the join button next to the subscription button, become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also follow me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together there for extra perks. Thank you everybody for supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much. Thumb up the video if you're into it. Now, look, it's a perfume. Oh, okay, little baglet. It's a perfume. And this one was the hardest to hunt down. I swear to God, I don't know if it's because it's the 100th birthday. Well, it was in 2022. Now it's 2023 already, but or maybe some ingredients in here are really hard to source. Could be, but let me just show you which one it is. We're talking Chanel number 22, the Eau de Parfum, and the batch code is 8001. Relatively fresh batch code, because right now as I'm filming, we are in the 8000 series. They repeat every 8 to 9 years, but so Beauty Boutique sold out. Online, it was sold out. 200 ml sold out. 75 ml sold out. Even the Extrait, couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, this is insane. So finally hunted down one fashion boutique, not beauty boutique, one fashion boutique that still had one bottle left. And I was like, wow. Now listen, I do have, here's the Eau de Toilette. It changed color a lot because of the vanilla in there. So it got this gorgeous ambery, almost red brown ambery color. And you're going to see how a fresh batch looks like. So let me unbox it and show you how batch 8001 looks like. I was so shocked that I couldn't find it. And I thought, it's going to be an easy thing. I mean, who's into all of these like 20s? This is from 1922, by the way, the first time that number 22 was released. But I was like thinking, well, who's going to buy all of these kind of, like old school traditional Chanel exclusive perfumes? Apparently more people than I thought, because I just couldn't find it anywhere. There it is, the beauty. So we got Chanel number 22. There it is. And let me compare it to how it looks when it ages a little bit. I mean, it's insane. It's like almost translucent here, the color. But then, I mean, this is yellow, but it's a very pale yellow as opposed to how it ages. Now, this doesn't mean that the smell gets any worse. Vanilla oxidizes with time, and it just gets a little bit darker. The smell is still divine. However, when your batch gets a little bit older, this is a very, very aldehyde heavy fragrance. Okay, this is like, I think if somebody were to ask me which Chanel perfume is the most aldehydic of all of them, number 22 and number 5 would be at the top. They're always competing with each other, but I want to say number 22 is, dare I say, more aldehydic than Chanel number 5. So also with time, the older the bottle gets, the older the juice gets, the more aldehydic it gets. It's very aldehyde heavy, which some people don't like. I'm personally fine with it, but when they get really old, they get very aldehydic. But let's spritz away the fresh batch. I'm really curious to see how soft it's going to smell. So as I said, this is 80. What was it? I can't even see. 8001. It's also etched on the bottle at the bottom. So what do I have here? Nothing. Okay, here goes. Oh my gosh. Majestic. Very aldehyde heavy though. Like it's aldehyde central and definitely more aldehydic than Chanel No. 5. Soapy. Aldehydes are usually soapy. It's sparkly, soapy, like champagne, but soapy. But because it's also quite heavy on ylang ylang, you're going to have a very special, typical to Chanel No. 22, an aldehyde smell that is buttery, like a creamy aldehydic smell. That creaminess comes from the ylang ylang and the vanilla, typical to Chanel No. 22, which gives it its special character. Oh my gosh. And you know what? Now, with a very, very fresh batch, you also get, it kind of makes me realize that Dolce & Gabbana's first fragrance for women that now, I don't even think they make it anymore, but Shiseido used to make it still for a certain period of time because, she said Prestige took over Dolce & Gabbana fragrances. They reformulated it heavily on Lily of the Valley base, but the OG from the 90s was also an aldehydic bomb with a lot of sandalwood in the dry down, and a lot of people compare it to Chanel No. 5, and I see the resemblance to Chanel No. 5. But now that I'm smelling a really fresh batch of 22 Eau de Parfum, I want to say this comes closer to Dolce & Gabbana Pour Femme. It was just called Dolce & Gabbana back then. It didn't have a Pour Femme at the bottom. It was their first perfume for women. The red cap, as they call it. Very aldehydic fragrance, very aldehyde heavy, very soapy in the opening, and then it becomes very animalic in the dry down. Now this one, oh my gosh, it's Dolce & Gabbana. I mean, Dolce & Gabbana is number 22 because this one came first, but interesting to, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful and so fascinating. A lot of perfumes I really like when they age, and I love when my Chanel number 5 ages. I sometimes put it in the sun just to make it turn darker sooner, even though you should never do that with perfumes, but Chanel number 5 is an exception, and Pour Monsieur. But for me personally, I just, do it for myself. You don't have to do it, of course. Don't do this at home, kids, as they say. But there's just something about these Chanel Les Exclusifs fragrances when they are brand new. First of all, the pleasure of unboxing them, like I cannot not do it on camera with every perfume I buy, because I think it's such a special occasion that I want to immortalize it forever. I want to, capture it on camera, not just to show you guys, but also to have for myself. I also watched my videos back a couple of years later. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, that year that I unboxed that perfume, I want to see how that unboxing is, just to feel that emotion all over again. And I can tell you, Chanel Exclusifs in particular, they're so magical. It's a magical experience to unbox them and to smell them when they're brand new. I buy a lot of these secondhand. In fact, I bought this one off of a secondhand website many years ago as well. So I have nothing against buying them secondhand, but I also really, really enjoy getting them brand new because of the freshness of the batch. The aldehydes are just right. And then the more oxygen the bottles get and the more they ripen and the deeper they become. But in the beginning, man, oh, this is so poetic. It's so beautiful. It's almost like a time warp. It's like you're sent back into the past and you are literally in the 20s living these perfumes for the first time. Now, I know they did not have an Eau de Parfum concentration in the 20s, and I know that number 22 has been reformulated throughout the decades, and I know it's not the same exact smell as it was in the 20s, but you know what? That's okay, because this thing is still a billion times better than almost everything else on the market today. So I'm fine if they tweak it a little bit from time to time, as long as it still preserves that core DNA, and the core DNA is preserved even in the Eau de Parfum. Oh my God, it's so soapy. the aldehydes are insane, but it's mellow at the same time. It's not an aggressive aldehyde that kind of burns your nostrils. This thing is smooth like butter, like the ilang ilang butter that's in here. I will, of course, give number 22 a proper review because it deserves. But then again, you know, I've just a couple of weeks ago or months ago made a proper tribute to the 100 years of Chanel 22. In fact, on the 22nd of December of 2022, yes, I play with numbers just like Coco did, I made a live stream on my Essentially Dacob Perfume channel, YouTube channel. I dedicated an entire live stream to Chanel number 22 where we celebrated Chanel number 22's 100th birthday. So be sure to check out that video. If I remember, I'll post a link up here or down there, and check out that entire live stream is still online, visible to everybody. It's over 3 hours of a humongous journey into the history of Chanel number 22. It's just a really, really, really special thing. And I just wanted to show you something. I have to scroll through to find it. Right after I posted the live stream, right? I was still like kind of discovering, because you never stop learning from Chanel perfumes, because, you know, there's a history of it, like hundreds of years of evolution. And I found another advertisement, because in the live stream, I showed number 22 ads and ad campaigns and their evolution throughout the decades, like how they looked in the 20s, in the 30s, in the 40s, they did very little because of, you know, the war, but then 50s, 60s, 70s, into the 80s, because number 22 was still available everywhere in America in the 80s. In Europe, it wasn't. In Europe, it was segregated to being just available in the boutiques, but it sold really well in America. So in America, they kept distributing it. Chanel kept distributing it literally in department stores and drugstores even. You could buy in America Chanel number 22 soap, bath powder, lotion, I'm not so sure, but they did have a shower gel. And then Chanel decided to take everything off the market at a certain point in time, and then they went for segregating it to eau de toilette and extrait form in the boutiques worldwide only. And now they've switched the eau de toilette for the eau de parfum instead. But they also used to do a cologne, which they don't do anymore. Alas, it is what it is. So, of course, now I cannot find it. Here it is. This is the most interesting ad I've ever seen of Chanel number 22, because what Chanel wrote here, so you can see, right underneath number 22, it says, number 22, a delicate disturbance. I'm going to zoom that in. This is insane. Look at this. They said a delicate disturbance. This is genius. This is exactly what Chanel number 22 is about. There is a disturbance there, but it's like, it's delicate. It just kind of shifts you to the side, because it's kind of like a time travel machine. It makes you feel like you're back in the 20s, but it's delicate. It doesn't, if you're not aware of it, you're not going to notice it even. Just saying. But anyway, proper review for this masterpiece and legend also coming up for the updated version of it. Until next time, subscribe, thumb up the video if you liked it, and never give up on love. Bye.